In this video, I want to show you how you can handle asynchronous results in Redux. So when you fetch something from a server and you get the result asynchronously, how you can use asynchronous actions to process those results with Redux. So, asynchronous actions. Say you want to fetch something from a server or do something else that takes time. How would you dispatch an action to the Redux store when this long-running operation is finished? Also, when you want to fetch something from a server or store something at a server, you probably want to dispatch multiple actions, like one action when the operation is started, one action when you got an immediate result if you display some progress bar or something like that, and then finally an action when the operation was completed or through an error. So you have to be able to dispatch actions to the Redux store asynchronously after some time has passed, after an asynchronous operation has completed, or on other occasions. So what you basically want is you want your action creators that we already have to be able to dispatch actions that are asynchronous, because up until now you can only return a JavaScript object that has a type and some other properties, the payload. And when you do this, the Redux will actually dispatch this synchronously to the store. So when you call this action creator that just returns an object, it will always be synchronous. But with some middleware, the Thunk middleware, you can actually not return an object, but you can return a function that gets a dispatch parameter and does something with it. Has a function body. And in this function, you can use the dispatch parameter, which is again a function, to dispatch actions to the store even asynchronously. So you can keep this dispatch function and use it later. So at a later point in time, you would probably want to call dispatch and you would give your action object to dispatch. Let's look into this in a little bit more detailed way. So to use Redux Thunk, you have to install it, but in the examples I already did this for you. And this is actually the easy to understand way to do things like this. There is a more elaborate way, Redux sagas, but we will not cover this in this basic workshop. So here we will only use Redux Thunk for asynchronous actions. So when you installed Redux Thunk, you can also use the Redux Thunk middleware with your store, and then you're good to go. From now on, you can dispatch actions asynchronously to your store. And it works like this. Your action creators object, you already know this one. Again, has a function for some action, which gets some parameters and does something with those parameters. And in this case, our async action function does not return an action object. It returns a function that gets a dispatch function as a parameter and does something with it. Let's move to a more concrete example. Say you're working on a blogging software and you have a forum where people can enter a blog post and you want to save this posting on the server. So after saving is completed, you want to dispatch an action asynchronously so you can show the new blog posting to the author. Now here is the function that implements saving the posting asynchronously. You would use this function in your action creators here, so you would have a save posting action which gets an author and a text, and then calls this save posting function. And then we're here. Your action creator is a function that gets an author and a text and returns a function that gets a dispatch and does something with it. And it immediately dispatches one action, started saving posting. We will look into this action creator in a minute. But here you can see this function immediately dispatches an event, and you can use this event to gray out the screen or display a spinner or start a progress bar or whatever you want. Then we do an asynchronous operation. We want to save something at a server. We want to save this object at a server, and we will get a callback with a result when saving is complete. So this is our callback. We get a result and we do something with it. And what we do is we dispatch another action, this time saved posting successfully, and we give this action creator some parameters. So let's look into the two action creators. Started saving posting, the first action we dispatch, and saved posting successfully, the second action we dispatch. This one is really easy. This is, we will dispatch started saving posting immediately after calling the action creator. So the first line is what you saw in this screen. And started saving posting only returns an action with a type, and the type is started saving posting. So when the reducer gets this action, it can display a spinner or do whatever it wants. Then, when the asynchronous server call is completed, we dispatch another action, saved posting successfully, and we implement it like that. We get an object, saved posting, and we return an action with type, saved posting, and the ID and the text from the saved posting object we got. This short instructional video is part of my 2-day React Redux training course. I sell it online for only 29 euros. So basically, for the price of a textbook, you get 24 instructional videos that teach you everything you need to know to build great web apps with React and Redux. You get 12 labs where you can practice what you've learned. You get 18 screencasts that will help you with the labs. And you get checklists and other training materials like all the presentations I show and written notes of what I've said during the videos. So get it now at quickglance.at/react. Thank you.